Hello everybody, Maximonty 15 and 16 here, back again with another Thomas Wooden Railway review. So today, basically, we're just going to be reviewing Rosie, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So Rosie's had a lot of history over the years of Wooden Railway, and in the TV series as well. So, of course, she was introduced in the Season 10 episode, Thomas and the Birthday Mail, where basically, she was literally just, treated like a character who had always been there. Like, Thomas just immediately recognized who Rosie was, and, yeah, I'm like 90% sure that's the episode Rosie was introduced in, but, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the episode. And so anyway, it was a good Season 10 plot, and a lot of people didn't like the character Rosie. Basically, back then, you either hated Rosie or you loved her. I was one of those people who was pretty okay with her. I like Rosie. I always have. And so, yeah, of course, when CGI rolled around, she was a very prominent character. And that kind of surprised me, because Miller-era characters, like the model versions, like, I don't know, Dennis, Freddy, Mighty Mac, all of them were kind of shunned to the side. But Rosie was given special treatment for some reason. Probably because she was a girl, and she was pink, and she appealed to little kids. So, yeah. But, of course, anyway, as time progressed, Rosie actually gained permanent character development. She was no longer just a fangirl for Thomas. She's actually got some personality to where she's not really a girly girl, but she's more of a tomboy. And so, I really liked the show. I really liked the way the show was going with Rosie. However, around season 17, Brenner stopped focusing on the Miller characters and pretty much gave some screen time to his own characters, like Steven, Caitlin, Connor, Gator, Marion, you get the idea. And so characters like Rosie, Stanley, and Stafford, which all three are good characters, were shunned to the side, and of course, not really included at all. Still to this day, Stanley and Stafford haven't gotten any sort of, I don't know, I guess you'd say, development or screen time at all. But Rosie has. And so, yeah, in season 21, it was revealed that Rosie would be in a new livery from a post that's Soda Island fan site, or SIF for short, basically made a post and said, yeah, Rosie's gonna get a huge personality change and a color change as well, which is what leads me into the wood model. And so that's where we leave off from here. In her red appearance, Rosie's gotten two major appearances, which were the fastest red engine on Sodor and Red for Rosie. Both episodes were pretty good in my opinion. Red for Rosie was eh. But the fastest red engine on Sodor is still one of my favorite episodes. And yeah, I have rambled for a long time, but I do like to go over the history of Rosie, and she is actually one of my favorite Miller characters, and maybe even one of my favorite characters of all time. So, of course, let's just go ahead and get started, even though we're already 3 minutes in. So, starting off with the original Wooden Railway model. Also, this is the talking railway model, because I don't actually own an original Learning Curve Rosie. But basically, just besides the gold magnets, pretty much nothing changed. So, looking at her right here, of course, I did Sharpie on some eyebrows, because, without eyebrows, she's just almost scary. So, her face is still scary. She has these gigantic pupils, and talk about bad faces back in my Hero review. Man, multiply Hero by 10, and then, that's scary. But, yeah, I actually used to have nightmares of this as a kid. So, yeah. But, of course, Rosie, here's a little fun fact. I actually used to take this to my dentist's office to play with, because back then Rosie was my favorite model, and, they would have, this train table, with Thomas with the original roundhouse set on it, so I'd always bring Rosie to play with, and my mom actually wrote, my name and my first initial, and my last initial on, the side of her right here, and you can still almost see traces of that. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And so, of course, her model really hasn't changed at all. But, yeah, she does have the 3 domes right here. Well, one's her dome, and these other 2 are sandboxes, or it might be inverted. I don't know. And then, of course, she does have the extended bunker back here, which is really cool, actually. I mean, Rosie had a lot of differences than a normal one really model, and I'm glad they kept those. So moving on to her Mattel version was, you guys actually might remember seeing this for the first time on my channel back in one of my earliest videos, which I actually got her at a train show during early 2017. So I've had her for almost 2 years now. So, anyway, she has a little bit more detail, and she does have a good face. It's nowhere near perfect in my opinion, but the face is still pretty okay. Of course, she does have the softed edges, but she does keep her added details like the raised cab and extended bunker, which is unfortunately something we lose on the 2017 Rosie. So, right off the bat, you can tell that her face isn't the best, which is kind of ironic because for most wood models, it's bad model with good face. However, with this one, it's inverted with good model, bad face. Rosie is still a good wood character in my opinion, and if there was no painted version, I'd willingly use this in a series. But, yeah, this model, after seeing the painted, it really just doesn't cut it in my opinion. Of course, she is in her new red livery. I mean, if you can even call it a livery. But, yeah. So she does, she no longer has the, extended cab or the, carved out bunker on the back. However, she is still okay. Now we get to my favorite model of Rosie, which is the painted wood version. So basically, this is Rosie in her full-on new red livery. So, of course, because this really is just a repaint of Thomas, they were too lazy to carve her out. Again, no extended cab, no carved out area right here, and there's no slant in her, there is no real slant in her, side tanks. So they actually just filled it in with black right there, which is pretty lazy in my opinion. Of course, she does retain her details on the wood version, like her buffer beam, as well as more running board detail. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised at the Red Rosie merch we've gotten as of recent, because I mean, especially considering Red Rosie has been around for a very long time at this point, especially considering that, I mean, we're only just now getting minis of Red Rosie, which I still don't have, and I collect minis very avidly. I mean, the only other merchandise I have of Rosie, I have a wood version, well, 2 of them, I guess, but there's also, the play rail, sorry about that, the capsule play rail, and, as well as the new Trackmaster push-along coming out, hopefully sometime in these upcoming months. I'm really excited to get that Rosie model, by the way. But anyway, I have rambled for a very long time in this review, and I hope you guys enjoyed, because I think Rosie is a fascinating character, especially her TV series history. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this very long review, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Anyway, see you guys later. Maximonti 15 and 16 signing out.